Coming up on the Sue Seminoles Show. The Florida State women's basketball team is racking up the awards this season with 3 players selected to the All-ACC first team. We'll hit the court and see how this trio sharpened their skills for an award-winning season. Then Morgan Toll suffered an injury that almost ended her collegiate career. How did she overcome adversity and become a dominant force on the floor? And we'll profile ACC 6th Player Award winner Chastity Clayton. These stories and more on the Sue Seminoles Show, a special edition of Seminole Sports Magazine presented by AT&T. Welcome to the Sue Seminoles Show presented by AT&T. Alongside Sue Seminoles, I'm Ryan Pensy. And Coach, as the season has come to a close, we look back and celebrate some of the great moments this year, and you start 3 members on the first team in the All-ACC. That's a first for not only FSU, but for anybody. Yeah,
it was great. You know, there's so many great things that came out of the year, but, you know, certainly having 3 members of your team that are on the All-ACC team's great. You know, Lex, Tosh, Leo, what they did for our team was fantastic.
Let's take a closer look at what made up that special class.
To do so successfully, Knowles come away with the basketball. LS pass to Rodriguez in the paint. Nice footwork. It's up and it's good.
DeLuzio driving down the line. Layup is good.
Inside, nice look to Howard, and she lays it off the glass.
3 of the best players in the ACC play right here at Florida State. Senior guards Alexa DeLuzio, Leo Rodriguez, and junior forward Natasha Howard have dominated on the hardwood this season. They were so busy winning games, they didn't even know they'd been selected to the All-ACC first team.
When Coach Sue called me, I'm like, she said, did you hear the good news? I said, what news? She was like, thank God you didn't hear it, but you made the first team. I said, oh, wow.
I have an afternoon class, and I was leaving, and Coach Sue called me, and she was really excited, and she told me about it, and it was really cool to see how happy she was, and the fact that we were 4 members of the team.
People were sending me like congratulation texts, and I was like, thank you, and I didn't really know what for until you know, Coach Sue had called me and told me.
3 All-ACC first teamers in a single season is a new record for FSU. And it's here at the training center where the trio sharpen their skills and build the chemistry needed to win the awards. DeLuzio, Rodriguez, and Howard were recently named to the 10-member Blue Ribbon Panel first team. Head coach Sue Seminoles says this is quite an accomplishment.
Well, you know, first of all, not only is it a record number for Florida State, but we have the most first teamers of any school in the conference, and that's a huge accomplishment. And I think, you know, those 3 players bring so much to the table. They're all extremely well-rounded basketball players, but they're all very different, and they play to their strengths. They play within a system, and they play very well with their teammates, and as a result, they've been very successful.
This is Howard's 3rd consecutive year in capturing All-ACC honors. She hopes to leave a legacy for freshmen to look up to.
He's going to leave a lot behind with everything that Coach Sue did with his program, and how I came as a freshman, and how the coaches helped me out develop my skills. And like, it's going to be good, like, for the other freshmen coming in. It'd be easy for them to look up to me, and I could help them go through the right path, like how I'm doing right now.
Tasha's one of my favorite players to coach of all time. And the reason for that is the reason that she's on this first team all-conference. She will do anything and everything to win. She has put in extra time in the gym on her offensive skills. She is a tremendous defender. She's a warrior. She's a team player. And she just gets it done, day in and day out.
DeLuzio leads the team in 3-point baskets with 48. She says preparation is what it took to garner this award and have a stellar season.
It's really just a testament to our whole team this year, and just how special, you know, coming off of last year, it was very disappointing. And so this year we're getting a lot of success as a team and individually as well. And it's a testament to what we did in the summer in preparing and trying to prevent a season like last year.
Of course. We'll go back and look at the
You know, I think as a perimeter player, she's the most well-rounded perimeter player we have. We put her on the toughest assignment on the perimeter. She scores for us on the perimeter. She's not a one-dimensional player. She came in and everybody said, oh, she's a shooter. And she's now has developed into a complete player. She can pass the ball, she can go mid-range, she can go to the rim, you know, she can hit the offensive board. She's a do-it-all type player.
Rodriguez leads Florida State and ranks 4th in the conference, scoring 15.8 points per game.
I think, you know, the headiness that she brings to the floor is different than any player that we have, and her European style has really fared well for us this year on our team with her improved skills.
This team in this season will represent is that with hard work you can, you know, change things around and you can make things happen.
Seminoles says, awards are nice, championships are better, and to keep winning, the team will have to hang tough.
If we are to go forward the way we want to, each of those players will have to be the core of a toughness that we have going forward. You look at the 3 players and they're all a little slight of build. It's not like they're, you know, big and buff, and that makes it tougher sometimes to be physical. But that's what tournament time is. You've got to be physical. You've got to be tough. You sometimes have to be rough, and you know, you have to be able to go up and battle against the best. And I hope that we're in a position to do that.
Florida State placed the most players with 3 on the 10-member team. This award will add to the momentum the team already has. For Seminole Sports Magazine, I'm Alexis Camarda.
When we come back, we'll profile the Seminole floor general, senior guard Morgan Toles. Then Morgan returns with forward Lauren Coleman in our final edition of Toles with the Noles.
Seminole Sports Magazine is presented by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Coke Zero, football-related chest bumps, high fives, and trash talk brought to you by Coke Zero. Enjoy everything.
Coach, when you talk about special players, there are very few that come through your program that will have the lasting impact that Morgan Toles did. And it may not have been statistically, but just what she was able to do in her heart to be able to come back and play here at FSU was second to none.
I think, you know, what she's leaving behind is a legacy of courage, you know, to be able to say, you know, I know in my heart and in my spirit that I'm okay, even though some of the doctors said, well, I don't know that I'd play athletics again. And for her to go seek out other doctors, knowing she was okay, for her father as a pro football player to understand concussions, and for her to go and seek out those doctors that okayed her, that cleared her and said, you're good to go, to have her experience this kind of special season, it's nothing like it.
A player that played in her first ever NCAA tournament. Here's more from Morgan Toles.
Strong.
Steal by Florida State. Toles right hand.
Commanding.
Shabby themselves. Toles 10-foot jump from the baseline is up and good. A little back spin on that.
Fierce.
Toles goes in there, just gets abused.
All 3 words describe Morgan Toles. But before she was recognized as a dominant figure on the floor, Morgan had to overcome adversity.
To be honest, after my injury at Auburn, I went through a lot of things, and at one point I didn't think I was going to play anymore. So I actually was like a regular person. I was like working a job and like just going to school. So at one point I was just preparing myself for a regular life and just kind of seeing my options. But then I got the phone call, and now I'm here. So it just drastically changed. So I'm just thankful.
Morgan suffered a concussion at Auburn and was sidelined immediately. Fortunately, medical experts at FSU gave her hope.
They didn't clear me medically for some reasons, and I came here and they checked me out. I ran a few tests and they actually cleared me, so they offered me a scholarship. So.
The phone call she received was a silver lining she needed to get back to her old self. Radiant, lively, and always smiling.
I actually cried, and I'm not a crier, you know, so it was a little embarrassing, but I cried, and my mom was in tears, and my whole family, they were just really happy for me, and they knew how long of a journey it had been and how stressful and how hard those months had been for me, so I was just amazing.
Morgan's tenacious play on the court has made her a go-to player, but off the court, her fierce facade fades and a funnier side of her emerges.
She's weird, she's funny, she's goofy, sarcastic, so it's a good balance.
Morgan Toles? Huh. I mean, she's become such a huge piece, maybe a glue, if you will, to our basketball team, getting everybody involved, both on and off the court.
She's goofy, weird, but she has a good personality. She's like a sister to me. Like, I could look up to her. She is a good teammate, used to be around.
Getting involved was almost expected of her, coming from a family laden with college and pro athletes. Tolles knew basketball was her forte after a few trial runs in other fields.
I played a ton of sports, I swam for a minute, ballet, tennis, street hockey, just anything I can get my hands on. So yeah, I was pretty well-rounded, I guess.
The feeling she gets on the hardwood is uncomparable to anything else she's dabbled in.
It's a freshman out of Detroit, Michigan. Wants the basketball. Morgan Tolles comes right back on the floor with it. Pass over to Deluzio.
I love the feelings of butterfly. It's like a love-hate relationship, but I love just waiting for the tip and then hearing the final buzzer. Everything about it is just like, it's an out-of-body experience almost.
Memorable feelings come from memorable moments, like Morgan's exceptional performance on senior night.
All the way down the floor. Tolles right hand lay-in. Count the bucket. Timeout, Sioux City.
Winning on senior night against Maryland by 1, like that will forever be with me. My grandkids will know that story by heart. I'll be telling it to them every Sunday after church. It's just, I love that. That was the best game I've ever played.
She's primarily known as a basketball player, but others know her from a different platform, television. Her segment, Tolles with the Noles, is both clever and funny.
You don't like do things like go to the mall, hang out.
I text.
Normal things. Okay, that's normal.
Tolles with the Noles, when like she be doing her little shows, it be like hilarious.
I was all for it. I was like, heck yeah. I love the camera. I mean, I think it's cool, and our staff is so great with coming up with ideas and stuff, so I was all for it.
Friends say that Tolles has had an aura about her since her younger glory days.
Actually, in middle school, taking it back, I won best dress, a class clown, most athletic, and in high school is most likely to succeed, thank you, and class clown, so.
With her vivacious attitude towards life, negativity is rarely seen.
She's a catalyst for everything positive. She's a catalyst for getting people into a position that they can do well. She's doing well herself. And, you know, in any way, you can look at her and you know things are going to be okay.
It seems like her spot on the squad was fate, just like her last name Tolles rhymes with Knowles.
It's like meant to be. That's why I'm here. It's just my destiny.
There's a saying that claims a smile is a curve that sets everything straight. Despite the hardship she's faced in the past, her zesty personality always prevails. I'm Chelsea Wright for Seminole Sports Magazine.
Coach, we came into this season, you had probably 5 or 6 role players that you knew you could stick in there, stick into the starting lineup at any point in time. Were you sure what you had from Lauren Coleman coming off of the Achilles injury?
You know, I didn't know how she would recover, and maybe it's such a lengthy process, but what she was able to contribute, you know, later in the season, especially when Chastity Clayton went out with an injury, was huge, and that gets me excited about what she has to bring in the future.
Well, we're going to see what she can bring when Morgan Tolles puts her on the hot seat with Tolles with the Noles. That's coming up next on the Sue Seminoles Show, presented by AT&T. It's time for Tolles with the Noles, presented by AT&T. Rethink possible.
All right, and we're back with Tolles with the Noles. I'm your host, Morgan Tolles, here with my teammate, LC, stands for Lauren Coleman, if you didn't know. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
How's it going?
Pretty well. I can't complain.
All right, that's nice. So I guess the fans want to know a little more about you. So what are some of your hobbies?
I like to play video games. I'm a gamer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I like the action games, a little Grand Theft Auto here and there.
A little Zelda?
Zelda, yeah. Taking it back. Yes,
Nintendo 64,
I love
man.
Zelda.
Used to kill that. Pokemon Stadium.
Didn't play that one.
All right, that's fine.
No,
yeah.
Didn't play that one.
All right, so we know you have pets. You have 2 dogs named Ferdinand and Minxie. My favorite is Minxie, great dog.
That's not their name.
At all?
Nope.
Minxie, nah.
Nope. I have a dog named Tip.
Oh, that was actually one of our guys told me that was the name of your dog. I'm sorry. That's
not the name.
You gotta do better, guys.
Yeah, Tip and Queen.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful puppies. I love them. My babies.
So you're the chef of the team. What's your favorite meal to cook?
I like to cook a little bit of everything. Like mix it up, a little Italian, like fry a little chicken every once in a while, throw it on the grill, and do it all.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, versatile.
Yeah.
Very versatile.
You know?
I like to think of myself versatile. I made some chicken nuggets the other day with grilled cheese sandwiches. Don't see that coming together.
Right.
It never happens.
Yeah.
I killed that. So I might invite you guys over one day for that.
You know, or you could come to my place and I could cook.
Gas prices, man.
I feel you.
All right. Well, so
What's one word you would use to describe yourself?
I'm gonna have to go with cool. I feel like I'm just cool and calm, collected. I like to chill. I'm just too cool sometimes.
Too cool.
Too
All right.
cool.
Cool's a good word. What about myself? What would you use to describe me?
Different.
Like a good, like unique, as in like.
We can say that. Unique works.
Eccentric. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
You can throw in cool in there if you want.
If I wanted to.
Yeah.
But not right now.
Not going to.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, after we play ball and after you're done with that, what do you plan on doing? What are your plans?
I would like to move to Thailand. Spend a little time there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate. That's weird. What?
Thailand. I mean, it's different, you know? I want to experience something different, want to try something new in my life and take a little time off and have some fun.
Okay, that's cool. So you have the eyebrow piercing.
I do.
Was thinking about getting one of those bad boys just to, get my cool points up. So how do you think I'll rock that?
Don't think you should do it.
Don't do it, okay.
Yeah.
Just, no?
I don't think, with the glasses, I don't think it'll work.
If I take the glasses off, then I'm fine, sure.
Maybe.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll try it out.
Yeah. All right, speed round. Are you ready?
Yes.
Batman, Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Okay. Offense, defense.
Offense.
Okay. Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber.
Timberlake, all the way.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Timberlake.
All right. Movies or books?
Movies. Absolutely.
Not a reader. Not a reader.
No.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Beach.
Cali.
Okay. Morgan Toes, Dwight Howard. Come on. That's easy. Don't even
Toes. Toes.
Up top. Come on.
Right.
Nailed that.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, thanks for having you here, man. It's Toes with the Nose. Thanks for guys for tuning in, and have a good day.
When we return to the Sue Seminoles Show presented by AT&T, we'll profile the ACC 6th Player of the Year, senior forward Chastity Clayton.
Seminole Sports Magazine is presented by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Coke Zero, football-related chest bumps, high fives, and trash talk brought to you by Coke Zero. Enjoy everything.
The battlegrounds, the weapons, the warriors. Every battleground is different, but there's only one goal in mind: win.
Clayton, three ball up, whammy, knocks it down. Oh, nice pass by Toles, nice finish by Clayton. It'll go inside Clayton, nice shot, nice delivery for the Noles.
Chastity's fired up to step out onto the court for the Noles. She averages 10.2 points a game. She opened the season with 20 points and an ACC best of 18 rebounds against Samford.
Clayton's motor is running in overdrive tonight.
Coach Sue Seminoles says Chastity is one of the top athletes Florida State has ever had.
She's small enough to pull you out and out onto the perimeter, and she's big enough to post up smaller players. So she's a really tough matchup. She's extremely athletic, and I think she causes a lot of problems for the opponent.
As Chastity's name gets called off the bench, she steps out onto the court with a burst of intensity, creating a challenge to her opponents.
Right hand of Florida State has their first lead of the game, 10-9.
With all the hard work this season, she's earned the ACC 6th Player of the Year. Coach Sue and Morgan Toles say the 6th player is a vital role to the team's success.
There's one 6th player, and Chastity has that honor, and I think that makes her extremely special as a basketball player.
Shot taken. Count it for Chastity Clayton. Welcome to the 1,000-point club.
I think sometimes people tend to forget about the 6th man. I think actually making an award is so great because it shows how important that the person really is to the team.
I'm happy. This is the second time I would say I was a part of making history. I mean, we went to Elite 8. They never did that in Florida State history. I mean, it's just been a great year. Like, I can't complain. I really can't complain.
I think we have 7 starters on our team. I don't think we have 5 players that are definitely the best players on the floor. We have 5 players that start the game the best. And then we've got a combination with Chastity and Cheetah coming off the bench that is dynamic. And I think that's really helped our success this year.
Clayton, 3-ball. Count it!
What's going through the mind of a 6th player as she watches from the sidelines? Chastity says you have to be ready to be thrown into the fire at any moment.
I think when you start the game, you have to feel the game. You have to see what the opponent's going to do. But when you're watching it, it's like you know what to do, what we need to do, what we need to change in order to come out with a win.
Rebound by Chastity Clayton.
I'm just the type of person that just throw me into the fire. I have to adjust anyway, so you throw me in. If I want to live, I want to survive, I just got to adjust.
Coach Sue and the team all agree that when Chastity comes off the bench, she's that spark of energy that helps fuel the team on the court.
You know, Chas is somebody that is so explosive that when she comes off the bench in that sixth player role, teams have to adjust.
Her competitive spirit is something that kind of just you feed off of. And you want to like, when you see her going, you're like, yeah, okay, Chas, let's go. And I definitely feed off her energy.
Any athlete can be a warrior, but not every athlete has the skills and mindset to survive the battle. An athlete needs fight, the fight for their teammates, the fight for a victory, and the fight for themselves.
I play basketball because it's something I love. I think that any women basketball player could stand up and say that it's really a bunch of warriors out on the field all trying to get the same goal, but the ones that come out on top are the ones that really fight.
There's a lot of fight in Chastity, and I think she's done a great job to this point, and it just inspires me to fight every day.
She's somebody that will fight for her university, she'll fight for her teammates, she'll fight to get a victory, and those things are really invaluable.
As a freshman, Chastity didn't expect any awards or honorees. She did expect her time at Florida State to be a great one, to make history, and to leave her mark. By the look of things, she's met those expectations with flying colors. I'm Erin Lish for Seminole Sports Magazine.
Coach, as we always do, it's time to wrap up this season, but to look ahead to the 13-14 season, not only do you have a great class of incoming freshmen, but quite a few impactful college transfers.
Well, that's true. You know, you start with Morgan Jones, who will be immediately eligible next fall, and she was the Miss Florida basketball, has been tremendous in practice all year. Excited about getting her on the floor, you know, as well as Amaya Bingley, a transfer from Iowa State, and Quenisha McCurdy from Indiana. Then you got to look at our recruiting class. I mean, it really is highlighted with Kai James, who's a McDonald's All-American, getting ready to compete in that game next week. And then Brittany Brown, who probably will be one of my all-time favorites, right here from the Panhandle. And then Gabrielle Bevillard, tremendous athlete, you know, coming off of an ACL, excited about her. And Ivy Slaughter from right up the road in Macon, again, has so much potential. Very excited about them.
Next season will be here before you know it. Check with Seminoles.com throughout the offseason for news and notes on the Florida State women's basketball team. For Sue Simmerau and Ryan Pinsey, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of the Sue Simmerau Show presented by AT&T.